Welcome back, everybody. Last video you saw me showing you about the Genuine Metalworks speed squares coffee table I was building. So let's finish the coffee table. How about it? So I got this one tacked. I need to replicate this exact piece for the top, and then I'll make 4 legs. Pretty simple. I'll put some nice wood in it, and we'll get going from there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead. I have this clamped down to the table to try to alleviate some of the warping that's most likely going to happen when you weld. As you saw in my last video with the squares, this is pretty square. Not pretty square, it is square. I'm going to weld 3 sides on all of them. Let it cool. While it's cooling, I'm going to cut the rest for the top. And then hopefully once it's cooled, I can give this a flap right here, grind it down, flip it over, and then do the back side. So let's work on that. All right, got these welded up. Having a little problem with the welder. I don't know what's going on. The spool keeps falling off, and I don't know. I adjusted some settings and got it working pretty good now, but I already flapped it down a little bit. A couple spots I'm going to hit again, but I'm going to let that cool off, and then we'll start chopping up with the chop saw the next couple pieces. Beautiful cut. And I forgot my earplugs on that one, so that really hurt. So let me get those and we'll start cutting the rest. Put a little reference mark there. Sometimes it's hard to line up the blade with the end of what you're cutting, because you just set it down and it's round. And so we'll take one more quick measure. And if I cut that on the inside, we will be good to go. Make sure we get a good cut. Okay, got this clamped. Cool. All right, so why I made that mark is now, if you can see, that's gonna be right on where I need it. So no guessing. It's a good way to do it. That's how I like doing it. I'm gonna throw another clamp on here because they're a little shaky, and we'll get to cutting again. Alright, got that taken care of. Let me clean up my mess here. And I believe that this should be, let's find out. Okay. Yeah, it pulled up a little bit. That side not so much. It'll work. It's going on a carpet in my living room, so it'll work. Let me clean this whole thing up. I'll come back, we'll do the next one. If you guys watched my last video, you'll see how I used these speed squares, how I clamped it up, everything. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's a good video. I'm not going to do it again because I already did a video on it. So I just set it up off camera. I'm going to start tacking, and then we'll start welding this thing out. Alright, tacked up. Let's, I guess we'll weld this one out too. gonna let this thing cool down in position, try to help with the warping once more. I gotta cut the legs for it. I'm still deciding on how high I want it to be. Probably 18 inches, 16 inches maybe, so we'll see. All right, let me clean up. Saw is done, so I'm gonna put the saw away, get this thing looking good, and I can start building the table. All right, guys, this is pretty close. I like it. I'm happy with it. A little, you know, this isn't perfect, but I do what I can, and it's pretty good. For a coffee table, I'll take it. Once I grind all the welds down, get it really flush, it should be no problem. But I'm gonna go ahead and probably weld these out. I'm kind of on the fence if I should put the legs on first, tack everything, then weld it out. I think I'm gonna do that. So let me set that up. 21 1/4. I'm not gonna put the legs in the corner right here. I'm gonna put the legs in the middle of each one. Make it a little different, you know, something cool. So we have 21 1/4. Oh, quick math. That should be 10 1/2. So that'll be 10 5/8. Should be center. If I had a jig table, you know, this would be a lot easier, but you guys see what I run with here. I run with a garage that, you know, my lawnmower, my junk, my fiance's gardening stuff, you know, it is what it is. This is how I roll. This is how I do work. So I'm sure a lot of you can feel working out of your garage. Yeah, it would be nice to have a really big shop, big nice jig table, but I don't, and this is what I run with. So you can do it out of a garage. I'm doing it right now just to show you. But what I'll do, all right, so 15 inches, right? 1.5 pipe or 1.5 tube. So that's 3. So this should yield me 18 inches high, which I think is pretty good size for a coffee table. We'll just mark this at 3/4. We'll just line up our marks right there. All right, what I'm going to use for this, I'm going to use a magnet square. If I get it in the right spot. This will just kind of hold it up where I need it to be. Perfect. Now, that's lined up with my mark. Now getting it this way, that might be, because I suppose I could do this right off the table, which it looks pretty good. You know what I'll do? I'll get the big square. Hold on. All right, this might be a little more accurate. Honestly, okay, so I know it's got to go like that. All right, this should work. This method, I think it'll be okay. So I'll just throw a couple small tacks on it, recheck it, adjust if I have to. All right, you can pull a little towards the square. So tack the back side, little tack, tiny tack. Okay, she pulled right in. Maybe a little too much. Let's give it a little bend. I like it. We're gonna roll with that. All right, let's get the rest measured out and tacked on. Alright guys, here's the end result. Well, not the end yet, but I have it all clamped up. You know, some things pulled, some things are, you know, we're talking eighth of an inch on most of it, if it is out. So I'm not too worried about it. It's for me, I'll live with it, it's fine. Not everyone's perfect. If I had a better setup, maybe I get it better. Maybe I'm just not a good fabricator, I don't know. But I'm going to get this thing welded out, hopefully. And yeah, we'll send her to powder coat, I guess. I think I'm gonna get it powder coated. I'm not gonna bother doing it myself. I think it would look better if it was professionally powder coated. So let me set you up, and we're about to get a lot of welding done. There's a lot of grinding, and I probably won't film any of that because I hate grinding, but I gotta do it. So I will show you when it's done. Oh, gotta love New Jersey. We it's just I guess it's everywhere. It's winter and then it's summer. It's like almost 80 degrees today. I'm sweating. I haven't sweat in probably 5 months, so it is what it is. Get a little hydration. We'll get back to it. Alright guys, here we go. Got it all buffed out. Most of it. I still got a couple spots actually that I need to go back and weld over because I took a little too much off. But once I get that done, I'm going to send this thing to powder coat. And hopefully the next clip, it will be home. You'll see it powder coated. And I will hopefully have a piece of wood to put on top of this, which was the plan the whole time. So next clip, you'll see it finished and maybe even see it in my living room. Alright guys, here it is. Just picked the table up from powder coat. Came out really nice. Still waiting on the wood top. That's another couple weeks out. Local guys getting me a nice slab to get in there, cutting it to size and all that. I'm probably going to end up sanding it and staining it a nice color. But, excuse me, that's it. That's a wrap on this build. If you guys want to make a coffee table, here you go. I mean, I went different. You know, most of the time you have a table, the legs are in the corners, but yeah, obviously I did it a little differently. I put the legs in the middle. I like to be different, you know. Honestly, I'd probably charge, if I was to build this for someone, bare table, no powder coat, no wood, let customers take care of what they want to do. I'd probably charge $400 for the whole table. Metal was $135. Metal's a little expensive right now, so between my time, all that stuff. Now powder coating was $1.75. So if I got it powder coated in wood, you know, customers wanted me to do the whole thing, then it'd probably be closer to $6.50, something like that. I don't really know how much the wood's going to be yet either. So, but yeah, that's it, guys. This is a nice, easy way to make money. If you own a welder, quick little furniture, you can make stools, benches, indoor stuff, simple stuff like this. I've seen people make it with angle iron. So that's it. That's it. Find yourself a nice powder coater. You guys can make a nice product. Again, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. Thank you all for liking. Channel's been growing, which is good. I'm still looking for a name for my buddy over here. So let me know. I got stickers. I'll send you a free sticker if I like the name you pick. So comment what's his name. But we're done with this video. I actually have a side job that just came in this morning. So I'm going to work on that. I'm going to film it. And then hopefully I get you guys a couple videos out in the next week or two. So catch you guys on the next one. See ya.